The legal showdown at this hour. The arguments to restore President Trump's immigration ban now underway. The president's high-stakes battle to reinstate his executive order after taking aim at the judge, saying if anything happens, blame him and the courts. The showdown on Capitol Hill tonight, the historic tiebreaker that played out today. The vice president steps in to save education nominee Betsy DeVos. The state of emergency, several tornadoes, multiple injuries, the pictures coming in from the scene, and now the major snowstorm moving into the east. The urgent manhunt at this hour and new developments as we come on. Our authorities zeroing in on the suspects, wanted after 3 murders across 2 states. And the warning tonight, the woman who smelled propane and got out. 2 minutes, 23 seconds later, this.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. And we begin tonight with the all-out battle, the White House looking to save the president's temporary immigration ban. Legal arguments now underway at this hour. The president signing that executive order halting all refugees and visitors from 7 predominantly Muslim countries. Then a judge temporarily halting that order, and in the meantime, America has seen the reunions, families racing to get loved ones into the country. The president has said if something happens, blame that judge. Tonight, the arguments now underway over whether that halt should be lifted. Let's go right to our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, live at the White House, leading us off. John?
Good evening, David. Lawyers for the White House tonight are making the case that the president's travel ban should be put back in place immediately.
The White House is waging a legal battle tonight to try to save the president's temporary travel ban, a battle that could go all the way to the Supreme Court.
We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't have to. It's common sense. You know, some things are law, and I'm all in favor of that. And some things are common sense. This is common sense.
President Trump pledged to, quote, take it through the system, and the White House said he would respect the results, win or lose.
There's no question the president respects the judicial branch, and it's ruling.
But just days ago, the president attacked the federal judge who put the ban on hold, calling him a, quote, so-called judge, and tweeting, just cannot believe a judge would put our country in such peril. If something happens, blame him and the court system. And on Capitol Hill today, Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly echoed the president's warning that pausing the ban puts American lives in danger.
It's entirely possible that someone that's coming in, whether it's during this stay, during the court action, or previous to this period,
but you don't
to do us harm.
But you don't have any proof at this point.
Not until the boom.
Not until what?
Not until they act and blow something up or go into a mall and kill people. So we won't know until then.
But the Attorney General of Washington State, the person leading the fight against the White House in court tonight, dismissed that reasoning, writing, quote, the court need not and should not allow constitutional violations merely based on defendants' unsupported invocation of national security. He pointed to the messy rollout of the policy. Quote, President Trump unleashed chaos by signing the executive order. Chaos seen at airports in the hours after the ban went into effect. Families detained, makeshift legal clinics set up. An Iraqi translator for the U.S. government turned away and only allowed into the country once the ban was lifted.
I fought for my rights and I succeed.
Homeland Security Secretary did concede today that the ban was put in place too quickly.
In retrospect, I should have, this is all on me, by the way, I should have delayed it just a bit so that I could talk to members of Congress.
But the president says the judges deciding this case must act fast, and the White House expects to ultimately prevail, insisting the Constitution clearly gives the president the authority to impose this travel ban.
All right, let's get back live to John Karl now. And John, you reported there the president has said the judges deciding this, quote, must act fast. So how soon could we know?
Well, I expect that we will have a decision on whether or not the temporary ban should be reinstated immediately as soon as tomorrow. But, David, the underlying question, whether or not the president had the constitutional authority to do that, that legal battle could go on for weeks.
Okay, John Karl leading us off tonight. John, thank you. And as the future of this immigration ban is debated in the court system, another showdown tonight, this one unfolding on Capitol Hill today. The Senate locked at a tie over the confirmation of Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education. 2 Republicans joining Democrats in saying no. Then the historic move. It's never been done before for a cabinet nominee, the vice president jumping in as the tiebreaker. ABC's Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill again tonight.
Vice President Pence climbing the Capitol steps to make history.
You're breaking a tie on a cabinet nominee?
With the Senate split, Pence using his tie-breaking vote to confirm billionaire Betsy DeVos for Education Secretary.
The Vice President votes in the affirmative and the nomination is confirmed.
Democrats used every tool they have to try and derail her, speaking out over a marathon 24 hours.
Betsy DeVos has not done her homework.
This is not a job for amateurs.
DeVos, a school voucher advocate, has been blasted for her lack of experience with the public school system.
In order to clarify, you never attended a public school, K-12 school, did you?
Correct.
And you've never taught at a K-12 public school, correct?
I've not, but I've mentored in one.
Have you had any personal experience with the Pell Grant?
Not personal experience, but certainly friends and students with whom I've worked.
And tonight, one of Trump's other nominees is raising eyebrows. Fast food CEO Andrew Puzder, Trump's pick for labor secretary, admitting he had an undocumented housekeeper for years. Puzder tells ABC News he fired her 5 years ago after learning of her status and paid back taxes. It's the kind of thing that's brought down nominees in the past, including George W. Bush's pick for labor secretary and Bill Clinton's attorney general nominee. Puzder, who's criticized raising the minimum wage, still plans to pursue confirmation. In the past, he's said this.
I think it would be, the most fun you could have with your clothes on to be in this cabinet and get things going.
And Republicans don't seem too concerned.
It's impossible to find nominees who've never made a mistake. I'm enthusiastically in his camp.
And Mary Bruce with us live again tonight. Let's get back to Betsy DeVos for a moment, Mary, who told senators that she never went to public schools, her children never went to public schools. Has she given any indication what her first move will be when it comes to reaching out to public schools across the country?
DeVos has yet to outline a clear agenda, but the White House is confident that she will execute the president's vision, including acting to repeal the Common Core curriculum and making the case for charter schools, which DeVos has long supported. David?
Mary Bruce on the Hill again tonight. It was last night here we reported on the president claiming many terrorist attacks go unreported. Our team then asking for a list. We got that list, and many of those attacks we have traveled to across this country and the world. Late today, a top advisor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, was asked about that list, about those attacks they claim went unnoticed. Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, tonight.
President Trump today not backing down from his attack on the media after accusing journalists of underreporting terror attacks.
I understand the total dishonesty of the media better than anybody, and I let people know it.
Trump's accusation just 24 hours ago.
You've seen what happened in Paris and Nice. All over Europe, it's happening. It's gotten to a point where it's not even being reported. And in many cases, the very, very dishonest press doesn't want to report it. They have their reasons, and you understand that.
Pressed for examples, the White House released this list of 78 terrorist attacks. Included among them, many that were widely covered.
Good evening tonight from Paris. On the scene here in California, right here in Orlando.
Late today, White House senior counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, pressed on CNN about why the administration claims terrorist attacks are being ignored.
CNN and other media organizations cover terrorism around the world all the time. Saying that we don't cover terrorism, that's just false.
What the president is saying there, Jake, is that there are other attacks that don't get as much coverage.
Those ones were on the list, but the ones I just recited for you were on the list.
Absolutely. Oh, no, and I'm saying the ones that have high casualties, like Nice and Brussels and certainly Paris and the like, those are covered extensively by all media outlets, as well they should be.
Conway also questioned about her repeated false claim that Iraqi refugees carried out a terrorist attack in Kentucky.
After 2 Iraqis came here to this country, were radicalized, and they were the masterminds behind the Bowling Green massacre. Most people don't know that because it didn't get covered.
She has said she misspoke, and today she apologized.
I used the wrong word to describe something several times. I felt badly about that, and I apologize and I rectified.
And Cecilia Vega joins us now live from the White House tonight. And Cecilia, Kellyanne Conway was also asked about something else the president said today about crime in this country and a claim he made. Here it is.
And yet the murder rate in our country is the highest it's been in 47 years, right? Did you know that? 47 years.
The highest in 47 years, Cecilia. Kellyanne Conway was challenged about that statement, about that number he cited.
She was, David, and she said she didn't know who gave the president that number. The reality is the murder rate is not the highest it's been in 47 years. There was a spike in 2015, but it has been trending downward for decades, David.
Cecilia Vega with us tonight as well. We do move on to other news this evening, and there is a state of emergency at this hour after several tornadoes tore across the south. At least 4 reported twisters in the New Orleans area. This monster tornado just one of them. There were many injuries, those powerful winds ripping off a roof moments later. You can see in the background tipping an 18-wheeler onto its side. Thousands remain in the dark at this hour as yet another major storm system now brings snow. It's heading into the east. But first, Philip Mena from New Orleans tonight.
Oh my God. Tonight, a tornado emergency in the deep south.
We had a very serious tornado touchdown. There's substantial damage, a lot of property damage across the entire way.
This is what it looked like as the storm moved through New Orleans. Security cameras catching the powerful winds peeling the roof right off this building.
Vehicles all rushing to this area here.
Dozens injured. This drone showing the destruction from above. Homes splintered to pieces. Terry Brasley Sr. and his son in their hallway as the tornado tore through.
The wind was just tossing me and my son from side to side.
This is the tornado aftermath. This massive wall of wind taking aim at NASA's Michoud assembly facility. In all, 4 reported tornadoes hammering Louisiana as students sheltered in school hallways. This massive wedge tornado crossing Interstate 55. Storm chasers just yards away, their vehicle shaking.
David, this gas station took a direct hit. It really is a miracle that no one here was killed. Tonight, many people here are now homeless and staying in shelters as they now begin to pick up the pieces. David?
All right, thinking about the people in that region tonight near New Orleans. Philip, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z. This system almost done, Ginger, you were telling us, and then the next one bringing snow and treacherous driving to the east.
David, there is an ugly line of storms still on the radar I want to bring you straight into, and that is moving through parts of the Florida Panhandle and southwest Georgia. So the next couple of hours, damaging wind the main threat. But then our attention turns exactly to that storm you were talking about, David. It develops in the Midwest, Mid-South, through our Wednesday, and it's really Wednesday night through Thursday where we're going to see big issues. Watch this thing develop, a winter storm watch in parts of Pennsylvania up through Massachusetts. Timing-wise, look at that time, Thursday at 9 a.m., the drive time. There are areas from New York City up through Boston along I-95 that could get 6+ inches of snow, David.
Wow. All right, Ginger Z with us again tonight. Ginger, thank you. Overseas tonight from Afghanistan, a suicide bombing outside the Supreme Court in Kabul. Authorities pointing to this disturbing surveillance video tonight, workers leaving the building when the bomber struck. At least 19 people were killed, dozens injured. No claim of responsibility yet, but the Taliban has targeted court officials in the past. In Russia tonight, President Vladimir Putin reducing punishment for domestic violence. Putin signing the law making a first instance of battering a relative a civil offense, not a criminal one, if it results in pain but not bodily harm. Russian leaders say the law now protects parents' and families' privacy. Human rights groups say it is a dangerous step backward. Back in this country tonight, the deadly campus mystery at a fraternity at Penn State. Sophomore Timothy Piazza found at the foot of a basement staircase some 12 hours after he's believed to have fallen. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Pennsylvania tonight.
Tonight, police are investigating the death of a Penn State student at a campus fraternity house. EMS responding to a 911 call from the Beta Theta Pi house just before 11 Friday morning. 19-year-old Timothy Piazza found unconscious. He was rushed to the hospital but died a day later. Fraternity members told police the sophomore fell down the basement steps almost 12 hours earlier, around 11 p.m. during a party. An autopsy today revealing multiple traumatic injuries due to a fall, alcohol in Piazza's system. The coroner says the death appears accidental.
I was notified by the Dauphin County coroner Saturday morning that Mr. Piazza was pronounced dead.
What's not clear is why no one called for help until the following morning. Tonight, Piazza's family is remembering a vibrant young man. His brother Mike writing on Facebook that Tim's sole mission in life was to make other people smile. David, Penn State has suspended the fraternity. The fraternity says they are cooperating with police and are hoping surveillance cameras inside the house will shed light on how this tragedy unfolded. David?
Eva Pilgrim, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. We do have breaking developments in that manhunt for 2 suspected killers. Authorities zeroing in on the scene late today. There is new details, I should say, coming in at this hour. We'll have them right after the break. The warning tonight about an invisible danger, the store employee smelling propane, getting out just moments before the explosion right there in front of you. And do you recognize this skyline tonight? This city just bumped out last year's #1 to become the most livable city in America. Any guesses? We'll be right back.
I accept I don't race down the slopes like I used to. I even accept I have a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. But whatever trail I take, I go for my best. So if there's something better than warfarin, I'll go for that too. Eliquis. Eliquis reduced the risk of stroke better than warfarin, plus had less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis had both.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor